What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Joshua the Grinder here, aka Grind Alpha, aka Joshua Bailey. Now, if this is your first time here, it definitely won't be your last. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, of course. Hit that bell notification and leave this video a big thumbs up. Hit that bell notification so every time I upload a video, you'll know about it first. Also, follow me on my social media. Will be linked down in the description box below. My Instagram, my Facebook, my Snapchat, and just to tell you guys, I did make a TikTok. So go ahead and follow me there as well. I don't have any content uploaded on TikTok yet, so give me suggestions on contacts that you want me to make on TikTok, and I will do it. So post that in the comments what kind of TikTok videos you want me to do, and I will surely do it. Last week's video, if you have not seen last week's video, it will be linked in the description box below. Don't forget to go check it out for yourself. It's a very good video. I highly recommend that you guys go watch and see it. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into today's video. Alright guys, so today's video will be another reaction video. This is a request from one of you guys subscribers. Want me to request to this video titled Inky Johnson was NFL bound when one play changed his life. This is uploaded by GoCast. I will put the original link to the video in the description box below if you guys want to go and check it out for yourself. Well, without further ado, let's get into this reaction.
Inky Johnson, who tells us that even in the midst of a devastating storm, life goes on.
Perhaps because it's got all the makings of a page turner.
A call no one wants to get. Your child has been in a terrible accident.
Not knowing whether my son is going to come out of this alive.
He was like a brother to me. He was a brother to me. And the lead doctor says he's about to die.
Now you wake up 2 hours later, but something's happened here.
Every once in a while, a story comes along that captivates the country.
Inky Johnson is one of the most gifted, talented, incredible men.
Their children should play it all.
He said all you have to do is play these football games, you're an automatic multi-millionaire.
You get a scholarship to go play football at University of Tennessee, which is one of the biggest big time.
Inky, you were a poor boy from the streets with dreams of being a millionaire. What happened?
Talk about football on all levels, especially high school. People are like, hands off.
You were 10 games away from being a millionaire.
Really, Inky, not.
And I'll never forget when I was a freshman in high school, I faced my toughest challenge as a kid. I attended Krim High School on the east side of Atlanta, Atlanta Public School. Some of you all may know about it. The first day I got to the doors, there were cops at the door. They're searching kids like we're going into a prison. They got metal detectors. They're searching kids from the crown of their head to the bottom of their feet. You got to hold out your arms. You got to look up at the ceiling. And I'll never forget, I stepped to the door. I'm getting searched. I got my arms out. I got my head up. He gets to my feet, and he's coming back up my body. And he poses the question, what's your plan, little man? I said, man, I'm going D1. I'm going to college. He said, you'll probably end up in cell block D1. He said, didn't you have two uncles that came to the same school? I said, yes, sir. He said, weren't they little athletes just like you? Like people talked about them and how they could play sports and all that?
And we used to sleep on the floor. We would make pallets.
You see roaches and rats running across you while you're in the home. When he got a chance to sleep in the bed, it was 6 of them in the bed, 3 to the top and 3 at the bottom. And there was time we struggled when, you wonder where your next meal is coming from.
And my mother, she worked at Wendy's, and I'd be about the last kid sitting in the park, and I'll be waiting on my mother because I didn't want to go home because, every other day or every other week,
our front door would get kicked in because my uncles, they sold drugs. And she would pull into the park at night and she would put her car in park and I would hop up off the bench, I would sprint over to her, I would kiss her, I would hug her and I would say, Mom, if you don't mind, can you please sit back in your car and turn on your car lights? I have to do some extra drills, I have to go to the NFL so you'll never have to work another. Doing backpedaling drills, running sprints, running laps, chasing this dream, just to be able to go to college. Now I had to find different tactics to do different things. And the whole time while I was fighting these battles, the only face and the only picture that was in my mind was me telling my mother that I was going to graduate college. The smile that she had on her face when I told her that, man, it was great, man. I got my undergraduate, I went on to get my master's. And so for me getting that was a tribute to them. And when I got my scholarship from Tennessee, you know the first person I went to see? That cop. I slipped my paper across the table to him, and he stood up and he said, I want to ask you a question. How did you do it? He said, every kid that comes in these doors, they say that, but they end up selling drugs across the street at the gas station. Or they end up going to prison, going to jail. Like everybody wants something out of life. He said, the reason I said that to you, he said, I want you to understand something. I'm here every day. He said, you see me in this school every day protecting, stopping fights. He said, the only reason I said it to you, he said, I wasn't even trying to break you. I said it to you to see would you be willing to fight for what you said you wanted. And I'll never forget my sophomore season. Next 10 football games, you're an automatic multi-millionaire. I ran out of the room, I got on the phone, I called my mother and my grandmother, I said, listen, I said, after this season, we will never struggle. I said, we would never miss another meal. I said, after this season, our lives are... And little did I know our lives were really about to change. First game we come out, play against California Bears, I get an interception, we shut them down, we get the victory. Second game we're playing against Air Force, it gets late in the game, found ourselves in a dogfight, quarterback dropped back, he released the ball to the running back coming down my sideline. Now I approach the tackle like I approach any other.
It's a collision. It's like a very painful, hard collision that he went through this. And in the play, you see in the play that it was a very hard collision that he just went through. Anyway, let's continue. I've seen it a lot in football. I've seen it a lot, and it's something that. Let's continue back in the video.
Let's go. You can nurse your injury after the game. I said, I can't. I said, what do you mean you can't, man? We need you. I said, man, you don't get. There's a shot going from my neck to my toes. I can't feel anything. They get me up in ambulance. They say, Inky, we're going to take you over, run a couple tests, bring you back into the room. Everything will be okay. And they get me over. They run the test. They bring me back into the room. My mother comes in. Doctors came running from the opposite side. And the lead doctor says, guys, get in here. We got to rush this kid back to emergency surgery. He's about to die.
Not knowing, brother, my son is going to come out of this alive. That just did something to, I'm sorry. And all I did was pray and ask God, I can deal with whatever happens, but just don't take my child from me.
It said, Inky Johnson, here's the deal. Just gonna cut to the chase. It said, man, we hate to tell you, but your shoulder, your arm, your hand, it'll never be the same again. It said, son.
Basically, what he's saying right there is the collision that he faced with the other player, with the head-on collision, with the arm, with the head. No, his brain is still good. It's just that his arm was shot. So he can't really use that arm anymore. His whole left arm from his shoulder, arm, even fingertips, he can't use that left arm anymore. So, yeah.
Was a contract from the NFL?
He wasn't going to be able to play sports again was one thing.
And he was about to get
But to know that he would not be able to reach out and to hug me, that was another thing. Just the simple things in life I thought about all that stuff. What was he gonna do? How was he gonna do it? How would we survive to take care of Inky? But then I realized Inky's a survivor.
And on September 9th, 2006, I will never forget, I'm lying in my hospital bed and my mother comes into the room. She kisses me, she prays for me, and she says, son, you will be fine. And everything my mother had told me up until that point, it was basically law for me. Meaning everything she said, I trusted it, I held on to it because I had been with her ever since she was 16 years old. And when they asked my mother this question, they said, what do you think is gonna happen with Inky? We know he loved the game of football. We know he treated it like it was all he ever had. And she said to him, one bad chapter doesn't define the book. And I walked out of the hospital on the third day. And they came to me and they said, Inky, go home. We know how much the game of football meant to you. I said, yeah, you know how much the game of football meant to me, but you don't know how much life means to me. You see, the thing we have to understand about everything that we're a part of, first and foremost, it's a blessing. And when it's a blessing, you can't help but to give everything you got to it. My life got saved. I got spared my life. But I will use this arm in his hand every day for the rest of my life by the way that I live my life. Every day I'm going to impact someone's life. Every day I'm going to empower someone. Every day I'm going to inspire someone. Every day I'm going to encourage someone. My wound is visible, but it's a lot of people in this room that are wounded, and you can't see it, and it's internal. And so the opportunities that we pass up to be a blessing to other people, we can save their life with just one encounter. But when I speak and somebody say, hey man, that helped me get through this, that got me through this, that got my mother over cancer, that helped my son get through this, that helped me with my marriage, I'm in line with my purpose.
The man that he's grown to become, out of all the things that he's been through, he's amazing. He is amazing.
Alright, that's the end of the video. We'll be back after these messages. No, alright guys, so great video by Inky, by Goldcast. Again, I will post the original link to the video in my description box below, so go ahead and check out the full entire video. This video really, I've seen players, I've seen NFL players do like a whole documentary about how they was injured throughout a play, how they came from the dirt, they were struggling, they had no food, water, or like shelter. There was really, I mean, they have shelter, but they didn't have enough food or like supplies or resources that they need. But this little boy, this guy, he's not a little boy no more, he's a grown man. He fought through all that. He even have a child too. So yeah. I know both the people say that, okay, I'm gonna play football, they end up getting injured and that was it. Like, you hear nothing else from him and that was it. But this guy, he ended up turning around that story and say, hey look, yeah, I had a bad collision, yeah, that collision almost ended my life, but I keep on holding on to faith and what his mom actually prayed for him. So even though he has like one good arm, he still go out there and I believe that he's a coach. No, I don't think he's a coach. I would say that he's a motivational speaker now to motivate other like upcoming NFL players that want to go to the pros, that even though you have one mishap, one injury, one problem, there's always a solution. Like, there's never give up on what you got to do, to press forward, to keep going, move on. Yeah, it's like, I like the part when he says, where like some people, they could be hurt in on the outside, but there's other people that are hurt internally on the inside. but you never see the person. You always see the person putting up a front, putting up an ego. That person, he or she is not hurt, but that person is really hurt, not physically on the outside, but also emotionally in the inside. So I like the point that he brings up, that some people are like that nowadays. So yeah, great video by GoCast. Again, I will post the original link in my description box below. Go ahead and show them some love. Tell them that boy sent you there. So again, yeah, without further ado, follow me on social media. The links will be in the description box below. This video was long. It was like 10 to 15 minutes. So I might I'm not gonna cut it, but like, you know, the whole editing thing. Anyway, enough of me rambling. Follow me on social media, link down in the description box below. Also follow me on TikTok. I haven't uploaded any content, but tell me what content I should produce over on TikTok. So yeah, do that. If you haven't seen last week's video, link down in the description box below. Give the video a big old thumbs up, and I really would appreciate it. Also comment down below what you think about this reaction, and also what other videos I should react to as well. As far as word of encouragement videos, there will be another one this coming Monday, so look out for that. So I have the bell notifications on all, so when that video comes out, you will know. Don't come to me in the comments saying, oh, I didn't know he was going to do another word of encouragement, I thought it was going to be over. No, I'm still going to do it. Okay, that'll be in the next video. So okay, as always, keep grinding, keep pushing, keep moving forward. Why? Because the grind can't stop, won't stop. Be safe out there. And